Hello, it's 6 p.m., April 19, 2020, and welcome to the weather update. We started off with some clear skies, and then the cirrus stratus kind of rolled in. Not a really nice blue sky today, and now we're kind of dealing with this high overcast, as you can see here. Let's take a look at the radar here, and you will see here that we have some showers that are over eastern Pennsylvania, so that might work into our area tonight. And the big system, there's another complex of showers up here associated with the cold front. And then we have this here, which is a lot, again, a whole bunch of severe weather in the south again, ongoing. That is going on over there. And that is the system that is going to pass to our south tomorrow. So that's what it looks like right now. We will take a look at our National Weather Service radar as well. And you will see we do have some rain starting to show up in our area, which is not surprising because the sky is getting kind of dark out there. Let's take a look at the area observations. And again, in the south, again, you have the severe weather, severe thunderstorm watches, tornado watches, severe thunderstorm warnings, and I think maybe there's one tornado warning in there as well. But for our area, we're dealing with a pretty strong sea breeze across the island, which has kept temperatures in the 50s for the most part. And now we're down into the mid 50s. Sea breeze gusting up to 29 miles an hour, 28 in certain areas. If you look inland, you'll see it's warmer in the city. It's around 60. And in New Jersey, it's also warmer, around 60 degrees. Looking at some area sites. Let's look at some sites here. Farmingdale, 53. You can see the southwest wind at 23, gusting to 29. So it is kind of breezy out there. The dew point's a low, 38. Let's see what Farmingdale did hit today. Out of curiosity, looks like it hit 58 there. And if we go and we look at the other extreme, let's look at New Jersey and see how hot it got there, because I bet it was well into the 60s there. Right now it's down to 57, but it did hit 62 there. It looks like a sea breeze did try to develop for them as well. Let's go take a look at the high-resolution satellite to show you what's going on across the area. So we started off clear, and then these clouds kind of rolled in on us. You can see the cirrus kind of just rolled in on us and kind of messed up the sky a little bit. It was sunny in the earlier part of the day, I guess, if you wanted to go out. I didn't go to the pond. I didn't feel like it today. Maybe sometime this week I'll go. Because I got to get, with the ticks out now, I got to spray myself and stuff. Anyway, look at this monster storm right here. This is quite something to see. Look at this thing. It almost looks like it has an eye to it. So, again, another one of these coastal lows with some tropical characteristics. And there were even reports that there was lightning in this thing yesterday. So, again, this is all part of what happens when you have warmer than normal ocean temperatures. These storms are just energized. Looks like Nova Scotia got a little something, a little piece of that. But, man, what a storm. Look at this convection here on the right side. And just follow the moisture feed all the way down to the Caribbean right there. That's pretty insane right there. Okay, and I want to look at the lightning just to show you the south again, because there's a lot of thunderstorm activity in the south. You can see looks like east Texas into Louisiana, and then offshore too, in this area too. Again, this is something trying to get going here. Perhaps something trying to get going off the southeast coast there. That is our coastal low probably. This would be it on this satellite here. If I move this along, you can see right here. This would be the piece of energy that's now over here, and it's over the warm water, so it's getting some energy. Wouldn't be surprised if we'd be looking at another type of hybrid type of system again, because of these warm ocean temperatures. So let's go look at the models now, and see what is all right. This is the 18Z. Do I have enough of the 18Z in? I think we have enough of the 18Z in for a decent forecast. So I'm not going to show you the upper air in this one. I'm going to focus more on just this week. The upper air pattern we're in already with the troughing in the east, and that's going to get a little bit of ridging coming through, but mainly just we have this storm system here that's developing off the southeast coast, and it really becomes a monster tomorrow, and it's just to the south of us. But boy, does this thing become a monster, and we're gonna have to watch it. You can clearly, actually, you know what? Let me change this region to the eastern U.S. So you could see this. So this thing really becomes a monster tomorrow. This is going to become quite a storm, but luckily it misses us. It looks like, according to the GFS at least, we should stay dry. Maybe a little light rain skirting the southern tip of New Jersey and maybe the Cape. And that thing just up at 982 millibars. That's very low. But that moves away. We stay dry tomorrow. And then this is the cold front that comes through on Tuesday that brings our next chance of precipitation later Tuesday afternoon into the evening. That moves through. Then we have a nice dry but cool day on Wednesday. Again, you can clearly see the trough in the east there, so that cool air coming out of Canada. And then as we get into Thursday, that high moves away. We have another system approaching the area, and it looks like maybe Thursday night we start seeing some rain. And then this might wind up lingering all day Friday. It might be a rainy day with this low pressure system right here. That will bring us a miserable day on Friday. So Friday looks like our next down and out miserable, not be able to go out kind of day. And then that moves away. Saturday is dry, and then we have yet another system for Sunday. And that's as far as out as it goes. And I'm not going to go any further beyond that. But it looks like, again, we got this huge trough in the east. If we were to look at the upper air pattern, which I guess I'll show you on here. I'm not going to change you see the trough right here. So you see this huge trough in the east right here, and these waves going along it. That's a really deep one on Wednesday. That's going to bring down some really cool air, and then we have more disturbances in the flow that kind of get cut off a little bit, as you see, which is not what you want to see if you want things to move along. So we're going to look at some other models here. Let's go and look at the NAM model. We'll look at the NAM 12 kilometer and take a look at how it deals with this storm. Again, this is the 18Z run. Trying to get the latest run for you. Here is that system again. It comes so close, but it just misses. But look at this thing exploding. 980 millibar low. Lots of high winds around the center of this thing. It looks like it has some type of tropical characteristics. I would not be surprised. But tomorrow does stay dry. Tuesday stays dry until the afternoon. And just when you want to go out in the late afternoon and evening, it looks like that's when the cold front would move through with some scattered showers and maybe even a thunderstorm or two. And then we're dry Wednesday. And as far out as I get is 06 Thursday. And then maybe there'd be this looks like a warm front right here that will be coming through. So let's take a closer look at our area here. And again, show you this system here just missing us to the south. It comes awfully close, but we should stay dry tomorrow. But wow, that's awfully close. That's a close call for sure for that system tomorrow. And like I said, this thing becomes a monster. I want to show you the winds. Let's go look at the winds here, so you get to see what happens when this thing moves offshore. There it is. Look at it. Look at some of these winds around it. And it looks like, again, it's got like kind of a tropical characteristics to it. We're seeing sustained winds around the center of this thing, 40 to 50 miles an hour. That's sustained. Now, for our area, we shouldn't see too much wind from it. Maybe a little breezy conditions as this thing passes to our south and around the early afternoon, late morning hours. But other than that, wow, that is one hell of a monstrous storm right there that will be missing us, fortunately. Very fortunately. That is for sure. So we should not see any. We'll look at some of the other models. Let me put this back to I'll look at total accumulated precip. You'll see we're not really going to see much rain. GFS doesn't have us getting any rain from this either. Close, but no. Let's take a look at some of the other models, though. Let's take a look at the HRRR, which I know doesn't go that far out. Only got to, because this is a relatively rapid update cycle model, but the agreement is again that it stays to the south. Let's look at some of the other models like the RGEM. The good news is we have all the models seemingly agreeing. I'll look at the ICO one, agreeing on this southern path. So that's the important thing for tomorrow. It stays dry. We don't get tangled up with this storm. It's going to be more of a problem for the mid-Atlantic. That would be Virginia, North Carolina, maybe part of Delmarva. But for the most part, for us, it stays away to the south. But boy, does it become a monster. That's for sure. Very interesting. Very interesting for sure. Next, we will go ahead and look at the temperatures. Take a Now tonight we've cooled down, so we'll probably get drop into the 40s tonight, upper 40s. Tomorrow, still going to be below normal. We're still going to have clouds, I think, so we're going to have that northeast flow around that low to the south, so it'll keep us in the low 50s probably. And then it drops back Tuesday night, probably a little colder as we get a little cold air behind that system there coming in. And then ahead of that cold front, temperatures try to warm up. It looks like a tongue of heat comes over Jersey, so it might get into the upper 60s, maybe close to 70 over Jersey. But a sea breeze would keep things down into the 50s on Long Island for Tuesday. Cold front comes through, and then we drop quite a bit Tuesday night into Wednesday down into the mid-30s. And then for Wednesday, we're struggling to reach the low 50s again. Again, below normal, but I think there should be some sunshine. We'll look at the cloud forecast. So the cold night, Wednesday night, and then Thursday, we rebound into the struggle to reach the mid-50s. And then Friday, we got to deal with these cutoff systems, which are probably going to keep the temperatures down. Friday's that miserable day. Saturday, remains to be seen what's going to happen Saturday and Sunday. But we could have a miserable weekend with those cutoff lows. Saturday should be dry, but Sunday would be the next low, as you saw there in the forecast that would come on through, forecast from the GFS at least. So let's go look at the clouds. That'll be next. So, I wanted to look at this too, just to show you the Wonder map too across the area too. I have trouble loading this, so yeah, I don't think I'm gonna. For a reason it doesn't want to load. So let's go look at the cloud forecast. From the GFS, and you'll see, plenty of clouds tomorrow from that system off to the south. We're not going to avoid the clouds. The cloud shield is going to be pretty expansive, so we'll be stuck in the clouds. And then they move on out tomorrow night, Monday night, and then the clouds roll back in on Tuesday ahead of that cold front. And then Wednesday we should have a mostly sunny day across the area, though it is developing some cloudiness, perhaps some instability cloudiness just north of Long Island. That might be overdone, but Wednesday looks like a pretty nice day, sunny, breezy, and a nice blue sky, hopefully. But then the clouds roll back in Thursday, and then we're dealing with the clouds, obviously, Friday. Saturday, we might start off with the sun, then the clouds roll in again, and then Sunday we're dealing with more clouds because I'm only going as far as that. We can look at some of the other models here. Look at the NAM 3-kilometer cloud fraction and see how this only goes out to early Wednesday. You'll see, obviously, plenty of clouds tomorrow. Looks like the NAM does want to try to bring out the sun maybe right before it sets around 6, 7, 8 o'clock maybe. We'll see a little bit. And then more clouds for Tuesday. And then this is as far as I got for Wednesday, but it looks good so far with that. So Wednesday's looking like the next nice day for our area. But tomorrow, not so great, but at least it won't be raining. At least that's the main thing I guess we can take away from it. So let's look at windy.com and take a look and see what we have coming for the winds tomorrow as far as our area goes. So you can see, and this is more to track that storm that's going to be passing off to the south, which you can clearly see over here. And again, the sustained winds around this thing. 32 mile an hour sustained winds around this thing. We move it along to 5 p.m. And you can see, here it is. Here's the center of it at 5, so it's a little slower. This is 5 p.m., 45 mile an hour sustained winds. But for our area, we won't be seeing much wind tomorrow. Only a light northeast wind at 7. For Tuesday, you can see we got the southerly flow, so that'll keep Long Island cooler, but New Jersey will be warmer. And then as we move on into Wednesday, you'll see the northwest winds or west winds that will be kind of gusty there, strong, a breezy day to say the least. We'll back this up now to tomorrow, 11 a.m., and we'll move this into the gusts so you can get an idea of where the gusts are coming from. So we're not going to have too many gusty winds tomorrow. This is 11 a.m. Let's move this along to 5 p.m. So winds, we're lucky. We're just missing out on the wind from this. It won't be too windy tomorrow. But if you go look offshore, look at this expansive area of very strong winds, 78 around the center of this. There could be some hurricane force winds, and not too far offshore too. Be some strong gusts, maybe close to 30. Um, let's move this along to 12. So the storm moves a little bit away. This is midnight tomorrow. The storm is away from our area, but look at the winds around this thing. 87. So this thing is going to be a monster. Mainly it just has it to shipping good. It still could stir up the surf. This thing is a monster. That's insane. Hey, look at it here. That looks like a hurricane, doesn't it? Certainly looks like a tropical storm. 93. Oh my God. Wow. I'm curious if there are going to be any buoys in this area to record these wind gusts. That's insane. So this thing is going to become a monster storm, but unfortunately we're dodging the bullet. I'm going to move this back to tomorrow. We're going to look at the cloud forecast from the windy.com, aka Euro. You can see here it keeps the precipitation off. These are the thicker clouds. These are the thinner clouds over here. Let's move it along to 8. So it moves the cloud deck away. Here's your storm again. Moving it into Tuesday. You see the clouds. That's the cold front moving through. Cold front moves through right around 4 o'clock. But it's through by 7. So it's actually through by the evening. So it'll probably come through hopefully in the early afternoon and a few showers. And it won't put up too much of a rainy, won't put down too much rain hopefully. And let's just lastly look at Wednesday here. So yeah, it wants to develop some more cloudiness. This is the Euro. Might be overdoing it a little bit. We'll have to see what happens for Wednesday, but wouldn't be surprised if we did have a little instability, cloudiness. But anyway, that is going to wrap up this weather update. Take care, and thank you for watching.